We are continuing our walk through the end of 2 Corinthians 5, and we pick up today in verse 18, which says, "Everything is from God, who's reconciled us to himself through Christ and given us the ministry of reconciliation." That is, in Christ, God was reconciling the world to himself, not counting their trespasses against them, and he has committed the message of reconciliation to us. We talk a lot about being invited into the work that God's doing in the world. And Paul talks about it here. That everything that we have is given to us by God, and he's entrusted a message of reconciliation to us. And so the question becomes, what are your conversations about? What's your goal in life? Not what are your short-term goals or what are your immediate goals, but what is your goal in life? The long bending arc of your life story, is it folded into this great narrative that God is writing about how he is bringing people back to how they were created to be? Or are you just looking at the bend of your life in the view of, can I make for myself a good life story? The only good life story is one that's folded into the story that God's telling, that reconciliation is possible. You don't have to be lost and alone anymore. That you're found by your Father in heaven and saved through Jesus to a new life, a better life. And so of course you go to work and you try to do well at your job, and you're a good coworker, and you're a good father, and you're a good spouse, and you're a good mother, or you're a good sibling. You go and do those things, but all of them underneath and in light of this new life that God has given us and this ministry that he's entrusted us to. A ministry of reconciliation, of putting things back together, of finding things that are broken and helping them be made whole. Reconciliation story is what we should wrap our lives into. God's trusted us with something that matters significantly. And so everything in your life lives under that larger aim now. It's an unbelievable trust that he's placed in us. An unbelievable ministry that he's given to us. Can you find yourself in that story that he's writing? Can you play a part in what he's doing in the world? Can you help somebody be reconciled to God as you were reconciled to God? We're called to make disciples who make disciples who make disciples. And so will you find a place where you can write some part of God's story of reconciling the world to himself, because you made your life about his business and about his ministry. I hope you have a great day.